One area of organizing your website or your section that you might want to think about is the structure and availability of the content that you're providing to the public. And one way of providing availability of certain content to the public is by turning pages active or inactive. For example, this information sheet, that page that we just finished editing in the last tutorial. You can see right here that it is currently active. That means when I go out to the public view of this site or the outside, you can see that there's a page right there, information sheet. I can click on it. It's easily accessible. However, if I come back to the behind the scenes area, to the editor, and just touch this button one time, this active button, click it one time, not a double click, just a single click because it's a button, I've now inactivated this page. So if I go to the outside or the public view and I refresh the page, you can see now that link disappears at the bottom. Information sheet is now gone. Okay. And to reactivate the page, I simply go and click the inactive button again to turn it green. Now it's active. I can head back outside, refresh the page, and you can see it's activated. Now, one thing that that's availability. Another option that is available to you is nesting pages inside of other pages. For example, you can see here that I have at the bottom of my class menu a set of, well, a link, but it has a plus sign next to it, and that's a little bit different than these bullets that you see alongside here. And here's another plus sign as well. Well, if I click this plus sign, you can see it reveals our summer school staff and their individual staff pages there. And if I go down to this plus sign here, you can see what's nested underneath that page, or a list of tutorial videos that are available for families if they missed our orientation nights. Well, let's suppose for the purposes of this demonstration that I want this information sheet a part of this nesting. Well, that can't be any easier in C2. Simply go up to the top to organize pages, and then drag down to the page that you want to nest. So here you can see the drop arrow representing the orientation videos that I have for the families, and I can quickly take a look at them, okay, by clicking that arrow. But now I'm just going to drag this and add this one into it, just like that. And now it's a part of it. If I click this to drop the arrow, I can see that it added itself all the way to the bottom. And if I go out and save these changes up here, and then take a look at the public view after refreshing the page, you can see now my information sheet is appended to the bottom of the tutorial section. If I want to move it out of the tutorial section, again, can't be easier. I go to organize my pages and expand the arrow, and I click on this and I just drag it out. You can see that it's out because of the indentation. This alignment, line of sight here, you can see that it's in the next level up, which means out of that nesting. I click Save, and I bounce out here, refresh the page, and there's information sheet outside of the minus sign, available all the time. Now, just as probably you might have been thinking here to organize your pages a little bit more, to structure them, you saw how I could drag and drop the information sheet into or onto another previously nested area. What if I wanted to nest an area by itself or right from the get-go? Maybe I wanted to nest information sheet under tips for parents. So as soon as you see me mouse over here, I get a plus sign, and then I can navigate. And you can see once that it has been dropped into tips for parents, an arrow has opened to the left. And if we refresh the outside view, Tips for Parents now has a plus sign by it as well. And if you click on the plus sign, there's information sheet listed right underneath it. And to move that out, again, just go to Organize Pages, go down to Tips for Parents and expand the options, and drag information sheet out. Once you see the green line, that's its drop zone, and it'll place itself right there. Head up to the top, save, and then go outside and refresh. And you see it's moved back in. And that's how you structure with page nesting or relocating and organizing your pages, your layout on your C2 site. The last feature about structure and availability for your website that you might want to take a look at is deleting. So if you'd like to delete this page that you've created here called Information Sheet, simply go over to the Actions button all the way to the right and click it one time to get a set of actions. And the one we're interested for this demonstration is delete. Here's the failsafe that says, "Are you sure?" and hit yes. Now, read it carefully because it says, "Are you sure you want to move the Information Sheet page to the recycle bin?" And say yes. It doesn't say, "Do you want to delete it permanently?" So we're just relocating it to a recycle bin right now, just in case we have second thoughts later on, maybe when we're driving home from work. Okay, so you can see it's gone from our list. However, if we mouse up to the top, we can see the recycle bin area up here. And there's our information sheet created by me about a minute ago. Okay, if I want to send it back, I just simply hit restore. And it says, "Are you sure you want to send it back there?" Another fail safe. And information sheet, where'd you go? And you can see information sheet appends to the bottom, just like all new things do when you create new flex pages in C2, and it sets itself to inactive, just in case you might want to take a look at it before you activate it to the public again. And to activate it, simply click inactive, just like we saw before, and then it's all set. And now that it's there and restored, we can head out to the outside site, and there we see information sheet. Now, to delete it permanently, simply delete using the action and acknowledge the failsafe. Go up to your recycle bin, and then hit the delete button here. And you can even see a hover state indicator that says, "I don't need this page at all anymore." And here's an "Are you sure?" just to be absolutely sure. Here's another failsafe to help you out. You see that there's a growl at the bottom here that says success. You have deleted your pages, and you can head back to the home area, and you'll notice that information sheet is gone permanently. And that's how you apply structure and availability and organize your site behind the scenes for the public to view.